Hello and welcome to Okay, I Said Too Much podcast. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode. I hope everyone has had a lovely week. I'm super excited about this episode today because we're on episode 9 already. Already at episode 9. That's crazy. Part of me is like, I may need to go back and shuffle through things. Am I tripping? Did I miss an episode? I just can't believe we are already on episode 9. I'm super excited for these next 2 episodes. Today's episode is all about how I navigated my healing journey, why I need to go through my healing journey. I have spent the last few episodes, couple episodes, not all of them, talking about things I've gone through and, ways I have improved myself and given advice, and you guys don't even know why. I'm going to get into the nitty gritty first. I want to just jump right into the weekly update. Yeah, let's get this party started. So guys, I think I've tried a new shot. Okay, y'all know I'm a tequila drinker. Okay, I'm a tequila gal, but I might be a green tea shot girly, and that's like Jameson. Okay, do you know how crazy that is for me, Deadra, to walk up to a bar and not order tequila? But the weather has been so nice lately, and sometimes I will say, I get it, you go to Mexico and you drink tequila, I get it, but tequila is a heavy liquor. Okay, that shit is heavy, and that shit makes you hot. Okay, so the green tea shots have just been refreshing. They've been good. They're my new thing. Now, will I be giving up tequila this summer? Hell no. Okay, I don't think I'll ever give tequila. Tequila's my best friend. Okay, I love her. And yes, tequila is her. I love her. But the summertime is coming and I just feel a version of me defrosting. It's going to be a mess, a good mess, but it's going to be a mess. I'm super excited. And I think this episode's kind of going to summarize why I feel like this summer is going to be so good. Well, the end of the episode will, but I'm just so excited. So many great things are happening this year. I got great work news today. Woot, woot, woot here for me. But yeah, this is the perfect episode to say this line with. About to get into trending topic. Y'all, let's talk. I feel like if you are on TikTok heavy, if you're chronically online, like I am, you should know what my trending topic is this week. You have to know. If you're not online like that, then I totally get it because you wouldn't know about the drama, but we are talking about no other than the Kylie, Hailey, Selena, Justin Bieber drama. Y'all, I didn't know anything about this, and then I woke up one morning and it was all up and down my TikTok feed. I don't know what I did. I feel like personally I have curated my perfect For You page on TikTok, and so I don't see a lot of the drama that doesn't deal with Black creators. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest about it. I don't typically see that. But one morning I woke up and all I saw was Selena this, Hailey this, Selena that, Hailey this. What's going on with the white women? Let's break it down. And I will say I didn't know a lot of this stuff, a lot of the details of it. Well, that's a lie because I saw so much of it on my TikTok. But a lot of the TikTok stuff was going back to originally why they didn't like each other. I learned that a lot. I learned a lot of new information today. A podcast I listened to called the Sesh podcast. It's actually one of the hosts from one of my favorite podcasts that I've mentioned a million times on here, Mile Higher Podcast. Kendall, she has a podcast with her cousin. They just do basically a whole episode of trending topics. So if you really like my trending topic aspect of these podcasts, you will love their podcast. So I got all the tea today, all the up-to-date tea today. Watching that, I think what I'm most baffled about is the Instagram story posts and there's the shady subtweeting. Y'all are grown and rich. Why don't y'all go take a vacation or something? Go shopping. Why are we trolling Selena on the internet? It's so crazy. So the one example that I'm going to give in this podcast, because I think it's it's what blew my mind about the whole situation. So Selena posted a TikTok or Instagram story. I don't know what it was. So she posts this Instagram story and she's like, I accidentally over laminated my eyebrows. And she's laughing at herself. It's so funny. Y'all, it's crazy because these are grown, Kylie has kids. Okay, just let this sink in. Kylie has kids and she's subtweeting someone on the internet. It's so insane to me. So Kylie posted a TikTok of an up close of her face and she looks gorgeous. Her makeup's done. She looks really good. The caption right by her eyebrow is "This was an accident?" ? And then the next slide she posts is her and Hailey Bieber. Hailey is tagged in this Instagram post and it's an up close of their eyebrows. That is something I would have done if Instagram stories was a thing when I was in high school. That is something I would have done. That is something me and my friends would have done. And if my high school friends are listening to this podcast right now, just yes, that is something we would have done. Just, you can't deny it, okay? It was good. It was great. But you're like, how old? And you have 2 kids. Like, come on now. And it's just crazy to me because I mean, we all say this, like, oh, if I had money, I would do this if I had money. But I honestly feel like if I had money, I wouldn't be subtweeting someone on the internet. That's just me though. That's just me. But this is also a perspective of someone who like doesn't really care. Like, this is just honestly entertaining and just funny to me. I will say another weird thing for me is like Selena Gomez has a G tattooed on the back of her ear for her sister. I can't even get through this without laughing. Hailey Bieber also has a G tattooed on the back of her ear. No one could tell you why. No one could tell you what it means. Maybe she knows what it means, but we do not know. And there's video footage of her getting it done, which is also crazy too to think about. But I think my biggest thing on this topic that I have to say to just wrap this all up is I think young celebrities do not utilize PR teams and social media managers the way like seasoned celebrities do. And I have 2 examples of this, and it was like Adele. So Adele does not control her social media. The one time she does, she posted that that crazy ass picture of her in that like Jamaican colored like swimsuit, whatever. I don't know. Her hair was in like, I don't know. She posted that one picture of herself and her team took her social media rights away. They're like, no, you're not getting social media anymore. Like, you don't know how to act. And then another good example. Oh, this man's messy. We all know this man's messy, but he handles social media very well, which I think is Drake. You can't DM him off of a story. He also does not address too many things on his social media. Like, like the Kanye West thing, he addressed all that. He doesn't address too many things on his social media. He also has limited comments. I just think as a celebrity, you had the money and the resources to put these things in play. So I think you definitely should be. Like, I think there's no reason to potentially hurt your brand. Kylie Jenner and Hailey Bieber have lost so many followers since then. And now Selena has surpassed them. And like, she surpassed Kylie in like the most followed person on Instagram. I think it just speaks volumes. Like, I think in this day and age, you kind of need to have a better social media presence because Gen Z, they'll run you off social media now. They don't care. Gen Z is some savages, okay? So I think you just gotta have better social media presence. And when you have the resources to do that, take advantage of it. That's all I have to say. That is my only piece of anything for this episode. Not true, for this trending topic. So that is our trending topic today. Yeah, a little bit of rich white woman drama for you guys. This is a side note. If you don't watch, I don't watch the Real Housewives. I don't watch reality TV. Is that a weird thing? I don't watch reality TV. I made a TikTok about Ashley Darby from Real Housewives of Potomac because she had posted a TikTok of her dancing and the comments were just eating her up. It was after the reunion episode, so I guess something may have happened on the reunion or whatever, but the comments were eating her up. And so I stitched it and I was like, I don't watch the Real Housewives. I don't know what this lady did, but while they're eating her up in the comments, it's hilarious. Like, it's so funny. And she was fighting for her life. Like, she was replying to these comments, fighting for her life. And everyone in my comments was like, she deserves it. Watch it and you'll see why. And it's like, I love a good drama. Like, I love drama fiction shows, but I just don't get into reality TV for some reason. It's weird. But that was a whole side note. That is the end of our trending topics for today. Guys, we're getting deep this episode. So I don't want to say I'm giving like a trigger warning to my episode, but there's some things that I want to get out of the way first before we start. The biggest thing is this, like I've always said, I did not want to build my future platform and podcast success on the back of of my abusive relationship. I never wanted that because it's so easy. It's so easy nowadays to go viral for being in a shitty relationship or telling your story about your shitty relationship, about your abusive relationship. That's huge. People start podcasting around that. People go on other podcasts and talk about that. Like it's such a huge way to gain a huge following and be super, super duper viral. And I always told myself I didn't want to do that because I know it wouldn't be this 100%, but I didn't want to build my podcast on the back of a man who didn't give a shit about and wasn't good to me. And I didn't want the basis of whatever I created here for us. I'm creating this for us and for my listeners and all that. I didn't want it to be based on that. I kind of wanted to be based on like me moving forward. So this episode, I also didn't want to like dive deep into like my healing journey and how I got through that too, because a lot of it has to do with my spiritual beliefs, and I feel like that is so different for every person. But also, to go hand in hand with that, I've been talking about all these things all season and not really explaining myself. So before these 10 episodes are up, I kind of want it just to be like, this is how I did it, this is how I got here, and kind of go from there, and then never talk about it again. No, I'll definitely talk about it again. It's just a part of me. It's a part of my life. Like, I'm not ashamed. I'm not afraid to talk about it. I had this insane podcast idea, and I'm like, if only I could interview my ex. Like, everyone sits down and talks about their ex all day long, but like to interview and be like, well, what do you think about this? And what do you think about that? That would be iconic. Okay. And that would be like definitely like building my platform on the back of like my shitty relationship. And like I said, I didn't want to do that. I just didn't want to gain notoriety in that way. Let's jump into it and let's just get right into the beginning of this crazy story. I plan my episodes and I always have an outline and I always scroll through it, but I kind of am more just gonna talk like from my head. So if I ramble this episode, that is why. Me and my ex met in 2017. And if I get these dates wrong, I'm so sorry. Like between COVID and like relationship trauma, like things, it's like, I feel like sometimes I feel like everything just happened. And then sometimes I feel like everything was like years and years and years ago. So it's a weird combination of all of it. But we met in 2017 because we worked in the same restaurant. As soon as I saw him, I was like, I'm going to date that man. I knew immediately. I told everyone immediately, I'm dating that man. It's going to happen. Boom. And it did happen very quickly. And I don't regret much because the good times were so freaking good. Yes, the bad times were absolutely fucking terrible, but the good times were amazing. So I don't regret any of that. But I will say, if I would have taken another month or two to get to know him, we wouldn't have dated. Simple as that. Yeah. Simple as that. We took a break in 2019, which I should have. There's so many things. It's like, I'm really bad about this too, like replaying things in my head. Like I rewatch episodes, TV shows over and over. And so I think I'm just that type of person who kind of replays things in my head. And it's like, when we took a break in 2019, I should have known right then and there, like just cut it, because it was so sudden. It was so out of the blue. I didn't ask for that man back when we went on a break. He asked for me back. He asked to get back together after we went on a break. I was kind of like, working on moving on, I guess. But yeah, so we got back together for like a couple months. And then January 2020, I found out that he had cheated. And I will say too, my biggest bump in the road with my healing journey and getting to where I am now is not healing in 2020. I did the complete opposite in 2020. I put my nose down into my work and I did as much as I could with COVID going out. Like late 2020, once restrictions had lifted back up, like me and my friend were going out all the time. My best friend basically like lived at my house in 2020. Like it was, late 2020. It was kind of like just 2020 was just one big distraction. Take a shot every time I say 2020. It was just one big distraction. It was work. It was friendships. It was my ex before him. It was just one big distraction. And I think that is like, looking back, I just wish I could go back to her and be like, no, you need to do this now. Like what you're putting off, you need to do now. And I think if I would have taken a different route that way, we definitely wouldn't have got back together in 2021. And so if you're going through this, like bad breakup or healing or wanting to be a better person, just do it. I know it's so hard and I know that's so much easier said than done, but just do it. Like people always want to be like, oh, well, I went through this, so I'm going to throw myself into work. I'm going to throw myself into the gym. I'm going to distract myself. All it is a distraction. Heal. Sit by yourself. Sit alone in a dark room and go through it, not around. In 2020, I just went around it. Just ignored it, honestly. Beginning of 2021, my ex goes through a very traumatic experience. That's not my story to tell, but he goes through a very traumatic experience. I would say help him, but I'm there for him. I would never, even now at this day and age, after what's happened, I would never wish bad upon him. Like I want him to be happy. He has his own struggles, substance abuse and all that. I just want him to be happy and healthy. And I think the best thing that ever happened to me was realizing that can't happen with me. No hard feelings. It just can't. We started dating again, spring of 2021. Those were a hard 3 months. Like officially boyfriend and girlfriend, it was only 3 months. And it was a hard 3 months. It really just broke me down as a person. It was hard. There's no other way to explain it. It was hard. But I will say, like, you see this on TikTok all the time when it's like, when the girl's done, she's been done for such a long time. So it's so much easier to move on because she's been done for so long. And July 2021, when we finally broke up, literally just had to stop talking at that point. It wasn't like I sat and cried for the relationship, but I was just like moving in a daze. Like, looking back, it's like I was kind of a shell of myself. That whole last part of that year was just, I didn't do anything. Like, I was a shell of myself. Like, I couldn't focus. I couldn't be the person I really want to be. It's like I was looking at myself from a window, like looking in on my life. That's how I feel about the last like few months of 2021. And then what really did it for me, the nail in the freaking casket for me, was like, I think it was either January or February. And I'm gonna tell this story. I'm telling this story. I'm sitting at a bar. It's me. My best friend is to my right, and guy friend that I've known for a really long time. Like, I would consider him, like, I think most people would consider him like a very close guy friend of mine, is on my left. And no fault to my best friend. Like, I think sometimes when I tell the story to people who don't know me or don't know us, they're like, well, why would she tell you that? So no fault to her at all for telling me this, but she's like, oh, guess what? Your ex is engaged. And I think, well, okay, let's go back. I had thought I had saw him in the bar and I had a freaking heart attack. I was literally sitting there like, I have to leave. I'm going to have a panic attack if I see this man. Like, I thought I had saw him. And so I was like taken aback by it. And so she goes, oh, he's engaged. And I was like, what? Like, we broke up July 2021. He was indisposed for like a month and a half. So I would say about like August, September time, he had like, got back, started working again. So, okay, September. This is January, February. I want to say, I think it's February, but I just can't put my finger on it. And she's telling me, oh yeah, he's engaged. Y'all, it was like, have you ever been hit with a flooded amount of emotions that you just quite literally can't control? I'm sitting at this bar and tears are just streaming down my face. Like, my male best friend was like, don't do it. He was like, don't cry. He was like, he's not worth it. You know the type of man he was, like, do not cry. And he's like trying to talk me through it. And I was like, you're making it worse. Just please get my tab. Like, I have to get out of this bar. I'm gonna, like, now I really am gonna have a panic attack. But yeah, so that like even more just sucked the life out of me. Even more just was like, wow. I was just kind of like, wow, I don't know where to go from here. I don't know how to like be me from here. And so yeah, then I was unemployed in April, which, looking back, I remember just freaking out about it. But looking back, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. That is the best thing that ever happened to me. I think my body was in fight or flight for so long. So the like first like 3 days afterwards, I just slept. Like, it's like I couldn't get enough sleep because I think my body was finally out of that like fight or flight feeling. Like, my body was finally like, I can rest. I don't have to be stressed. I don't have to be anxious, because I had been stressed and anxious since April of 2021 when we had gotten back together. I had been stressed and anxious since then. And so I think this is like where it all begins for me. Like, this is where I like deep into like my spirituality, like how I see the world, everything. Like, April of 2022 completely changed who I am as a person today. I had a new job by like June, so I wasn't unemployed for long, but like those 2 months saved me. During the week, I was pretty much alone during the week. I think that's where it started. So it started with journaling. Like, I would sit outside with a cup of coffee. I would write my thoughts because there was so much I had been through that I wasn't comfortable yet talking with someone about. And there's still so many things that I like haven't said or told anyone, but they're in my journal. I can tell you that much. It's in my journal now. I think that is like where it started from, like being able to like write it down and like work it out. I would just try to meditate. Like, I would try to sit in a room. I would play some like frequencies. You can like YouTube them, and I would light candles and incense, and I would just like try to find my happy place. Like, I would just try to find this place of like my mind being empty. Y'all, just had to stop recording for a second because there's a car alarm going off where I record. I'm going to hope that can get edited out, and just because I'm talking so much you can't hear that, but if you do hear, I'm so sorry. It's not my car. I've checked that. There's only like 4 cars here. So yeah, hopefully it gets edited out and I'm talking enough that you can't hear it, but I can hear it. So this is a really good mic. But yeah, I would just sit in a quiet room and just try to go to a happy place. And then this is when shadow work happened, because shadow work kind of just goes to the root of like, well, why did you think you deserved to be treated like that? Why did you think that was a relationship that was worthy of your time in the first place? So I started doing shadow work. I did, like, people say like trauma is stored in your hips. I don't know if that's real or not, but I started doing that. And then the pivotal moment in my healing journey is when I just realized this is going to sound crazy. We're on a floating rock in the universe. You have to at some point believe in something. My parents have always been religious. Like, that's always been a thing that in our household. And so I do believe in that, but I also believe that there is so many other things at play. I've spoken on this a little bit in other episodes, but I truly believe in like your ancestors and your spirit guides, like guiding you and seeing you. And once I started believing in that, I realized they're not bringing me to anything that I can't go through. They are guiding me and they're blessing me, and they know what, like, if you want someone out of your life, if you really want someone out of your life, say, I will sit and I'll be like, God, ancestors, spirit guides, if this person is for me, then show me that they're for me. If they're not, remove them. They'll be removed like that. They're not going to play any games. And so the other day I had this moment, not the most recent ex from 2021, but the one before that I've, kept in contact with. We're friends. We went no contact, whatever. He hit me up about something. I'm always like, are my ancestors really looking out for me? Like, does karma really exist? Because, the best way to explain it is like they'll say, oh, this person is so protected. Like, if you mess with them, something bad's going to happen with you. Like, the whole, so much to explain. And I'm already at 30 minutes in this podcast. This podcast episode's going to be long. But they'll say like Lizzo, when that guy attacked her for her weight, what's his name? Aries, whatever, attacked her for her weight. It immediately came out some weird crap about him like the next day. And everyone was like, oh, her ancestors don't play about her, do not play with her. And so sometimes I question that. I'm like, dang, do mine be on it like that? And then my ex hit me up 2 days ago. Once I started believing that, like, if you play me, you're not going to be up. I am going to continue to be blessed, level up. You're not serving yourself. I'm so divinely protected in this world and in this universe that I'm in now, that you are playing yourself to play me. Okay. And like that, when I started believing in that, and I really started honing in on like my true spiritual beliefs, that's when healing became a whole different ballgame for me. The people before me who have lived this world know my path and know my journey, and they know it's going to be great, and they know it's going to be successful. It does not matter about what any other man or what any man has done to me. They know that. So why am I going to stress it? And so I started doing that. I got into crystals, incense, cleansing my space, my energy. I think the biggest pivotal point last year for me was admitting that like certain things and people just do not need to be in your energy. That to me transformed into celibacy. I mean, I just wanted to separate myself from energy that was not for me. And what is a bigger energy transfer than sex? So I just wanted to stop myself from that. I told myself that like having someone who cared about me and cared about, this is the biggest thing. If there are any young women, or just, I think women of all ages need to hear about this, because there's so many men who do not care. You have to find men who care about your sexual health as a woman. And I had that in my ex. He's my first boyfriend ever, first serious relationship. He's great. He's who my no contact, no regrets episode is about. I had to realize that energy transfer wasn't for me because it wasn't giving me what I wanted. But if I'm not having sex with him, I'm not going to go and have sex with someone who does not care about my women's sexual health. Like, I'm not going to put myself in risk like that. That is my biggest piece of advice. If I could, like, if someone was like, what is your piece of advice for like teenagers, high school, just find someone who, even if you are trying to have casual sex and do all that, find someone who cares about your sexual health as a woman, because that's so important. It is so important for you to be happy and healthy. You have to find someone who cares about that. That man that I was dealing with did care about that, but I needed more, and I couldn't get more from him. He made it very painfully aware that he was not giving me more than that. I was like, okay, well, I know what I want. I know what I mentally and physically need, so I'm cutting it off. And now, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not easy, but it gets easier, like way easy. And now I feel like hookup culture is just I hate to say it, y'all, but hookup culture is dangerous to women. I'm sorry, especially nowadays and how men are. I saw a TikTok today, and usually I don't do this, like bring up stuff like this, but I saw a TikTok today. This man said, He has 7 babies. They're not babies, 7 kids by 7 different women. And there could have been more, but other women took like abortions or Plan Bs that he had offered, but these 7 didn't. And he's basically like, I don't give a damn about those kids. I don't want to know those kids. I don't care to know those kids. I don't care to pay child support. None of those. He was like even saying these women don't know his real name. I don't know. All disgusting stuff. Like, it doesn't matter. So I just feel like hookup culture now in this day and age is so harmful to women, and I just don't like. I know I probably sound so conservative saying this, like, cool if you want to be sexually liberated. I love that for you, but what are you really getting? What's really benefiting you? But that's we can gloss over that one. The first 100 days are hard. I will tell you, it is hard, especially when you become celibate for certain reasons, because I did kind of find myself like, oh, is this man cute? Is this man feeling me? And I had to like snap myself out of it. After 100 days, baby, I'm at like 200 and something days now, and I don't care. You're either going to like me or you're not going to like me. We're either going to go do it. I'm going to feel comfortable enough with you to maybe get to that point down the road, or we're not. Like, it's just so meaningless to me now. And two, the best way to gauge a man too, I feel like, is telling a man you're celibate. Just gauge the response. Some men just have terrible responses. I had a man dead ass look at me dead in the face and say, but you would still let me eat it though? No, I'd actually would rather just disintegrate into nothingness right now. Like, don't play with me. Just don't play with me. So the biggest thing too, like, if you want to know, just tell a man that. They're going to tell you, they're going to show you 100% their true colors once you tell them, but they will. I do think every woman should go an extended period of time of being single, an extended period of time of being celibate, an extended period of time of being, like, when I say single, like, you ain't talking to no man at all. And I'm not saying those have to be long period of times. I'm just saying I think every woman can benefit from that. So for a good 60 days, I was like truly single, wasn't talking to anyone. I was on no contact with one of my exes, not the most recent, but the other one. I was on no contact with him. And like, when I tell you, those were some of the best days, like mentally, I just got so much done for me. I think that is why every woman should do it. Not because I think it's a great time to just hone in on you and focus on you and do the things you need to do and not have any fluff in the way. But let's wrap up this episode because it's getting a little long. But what I think the biggest thing I want to say is, like, you have to do your healing how you need to do it. And I think finding truly what you truly believe in helps too, because it's like, I get why people are atheists. I get why people aren't religious. There's a lot of people that just ruin that for some people. But I think just it's so comforting knowing that there's someone. It does not have to be like a head figure. Like, for me, my ancestors are definitely like my mom's mom, my dad's mom, like my aunts. It doesn't have to be like a God figurehead. It can just be someone, to know that there's someone up there looking down, guiding you and being with you. I think it makes the healing journey a less scary for that reason. Because like I said, it's like they're going to get you through. And there's so many, like, I am like an angel number person. If I see 111, 222, I'm like, they're trying to talk to me. They're trying to tell me something. So it's like, there's so many beautiful ways to see like where you need to be in this world. I will always credit journaling top notch to where I'm at right now, meditation, and then finding a hobby. I recently got back into reading, and it's such a good escape. It's such a good way to like unplug. That's a good one. What else? Walks, burning incense, doing stuff like that. Just slowing down. Now that I think about it, all of it is just slowing down, hearing your mind, working through it, working through the problems, taking time to be by yourself. All those things, just slowing down kind of summarizes it. It's never easy. There's going to be days when you cry. There's going to be days when you don't know how you feel. I think getting through it. People are always like, and you see this a lot on social media. People are like, go to the gym, throw yourself into this, throw yourself into your job, give yourself 60 days and just focus on yourself and da-da-da-da-da. Sometimes you just need to be in a quiet room with some like cool low music playing, crying on the floor, because I've done that. Okay, sometimes you just need that, and that's okay. Like, I think crying is so healing and so like cleansing to the soul, so it's like, it's okay, like, that's fine. That's totally fine. It's different for everyone, but I definitely feel like it was beneficial for me to tell you guys what I've done and what I've been through, just so you can kind of get a better understanding of me, your host of Okay, I Said Too Much podcast. That's pretty much it for today, guys. We're gonna wrap this up. I just want to say, like, you don't need to center yourself around people who don't give a fuck about you. It's okay to be the center of your world. The earth revolve around it, and that's perfectly okay. Like, the best thing you can just do for yourself is be happy and move on. Like, I think for me now too, what I had to stop doing was like replaying things and like breaking it down and psychoanalyzing this and that. It's not, it doesn't help. Just be you, be happy with you, and see ya. But yes, so let's just go right into this week's song of the week. Still no jingle. I had to say get it out of the way. So this week's song of the week is, and I can't believe I had not done anything by this artist yet. So if you want to know my like top 3 rappers, it would be Drake, Big Sean, and 21 Savage. And I can't believe I have not done anything by Big Sean yet, because Big Sean, oddly enough, has some of the most inspirational music. Like, if I'm feeling down, I know there's a Big Sean song out there that can make me feel better. And this song right here, I'm trying to think when this song came out. It came out in 2019, so it kind of like got me through. I've been listening to this song through every traumatizing situation in my life. It is Overtime by Big Sean, clearly, because I said that. I feel like whenever it gets late into recording, I just be like on one. When I tell you this song, it got me through so many, like, oh, I'm feeling down. And I have this bad habit of listening, like when I'm like sad, I'm like, let's go for it 100%. The saddest music I've ever heard in my life. Let's just punch it. And then I need to like bring myself back. This is the song I bring myself back with. And what got me was, he goes, I didn't take a break. I broke my heart, broke my soul, but don't cry for me though. If you don't break nothing down, then there's no room to grow. And I think that honestly just summarizes this episode. Honestly, it just summarizes what I've said this whole thing. Like, the best thing that ever happened to me was just everything crumbling down and me having to rebuild from there. And I've rebuilt a beautiful life since then. So if you're going through a down, like a lull right now, you're going to come out of it. But that might just be what's meant for you right now, for you to be better in the future. So if you've never, I don't think that song's pretty popular. So if you've never heard it, please go listen to it. I'm telling you, it just does something to the soul, honestly. Like, it just gets me like pumped up. But yeah, that's song of the week. No jingle, but thank you guys for sticking. If you're still around, thank you for sticking around, guys. I can't believe that we are at the end of episode 9, and next week will be episode 10, and then I'm gonna take a short hiatus for a little bit. I need a break to plan episodes and to get ahead of schedule. I want to pre-record episodes for next season, and because one, I'm gonna have guests, and so I think with having guests, you kind of need to pre-record some things. So it's just gonna be, a different flow. But I have so many really cool episodes planned out. Like, I'm super excited for them. So yeah, I just can't wait. But next week's episode, I don't know why that was sounding so weird. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be like a little recap, what have we learned episode that I'm super excited for. Definitely another chatty episodes, and I know those are, like, everyone likes the chatty episodes. So, well, as always, thank you for getting to the end of the episode. I love you, be safe, and I will see you next week. Please do not forget to like, download, play on a super low volume multiple times, review 5 stars only, please and thank you. I love you guys. Be happy, be safe, and until next week, and I will see you again on Okay, I Said Too Much.